Hey campers, it's Alan Friedman again, here to talk to you about some cocktails. So for this cocktail, summer camp mode, and it's a nice day out by the lake. We've got our sun protection, and but we need a nice refreshing cocktail to go with it. And so today we're going to make what we're calling a Hello Muddler, which is just going to be a very simple gin drink, and we're going to muddle in some cucumber and some mint and a little lemon. So it's going to be pretty basic, but it's something that you can learn how to do yourself. And then as you want to make it, you can always vary it. So we're going to start off with our vegetables. We've got our lemon, cucumber, and mint. So first thing, mint goes in the tin. We take our muddler. Now, if you want to, if you don't have a muddler, no need to go out and get a fancy one. You can just use a nice, solid, sturdy wooden spoon. I like a muddler. Makes things a little easier, and you really get that lovely smell coming out. This is mint just from my garden. Then we're going to take our cucumber and cut some slices. You don't have to use the world's freshest cucumber. You don't want anything that's obviously got brown spots on it, but really you can just use anything. I like to use a lot of cucumber. It's a fun flavor that people often forget about, and so it really adds a nice refreshing element, right? Who doesn't love literally being as cool as a cucumber? And so now you really want to get your muddling on. This is where having a good muddler helps, because you're really just smashing it in. So you can see in here, we've got a lot of little pieces. We're going to strain them out, don't worry. So we've got our mint, we've got our cucumber. Now we need three things: sugar, acid, and of course booze. So let's start with our acid. Tastes vary about how people like their cocktails. I like my cocktails to be not super acidic, not super sweet either. So we're going to use just a little of each. So in this case, for 2 ounces of gin, I'm going to use a little under a half ounce of lemon juice. Some people may want the full half ounce if you want a nice traditional sour. I'm using just a hair over a quarter ounce, which is going to make it bright and fun and friendly. By the way, I love this little clear OXO strainer. It's always fun to have the fancy jiggers, but this one really does help you measure them cleanly. So you've got this. Now we need the sugar. You could have done this with just a tablespoon of ordinary table sugar, muddled in with your lemon juice and your cucumber. It'll dissolve pretty quickly, but not fast enough. So that's where we bring in simple syrup. Simple syrup is the only pre-advanced cooking you need for this, but it won't take you very long, I promise. Equal parts sugar, water in a pot, bring to boil, take off the pot. It'll last for a long, long time in the fridge, and you can put all sorts of aromatics in it. You can put mint in it, you can put lemon peel in it. I put a little tea in this one, so it smells a little like iced tea. It's going to give us that little extra fall or summer flavor, because again, who doesn't love iced tea with mint by the lake? So I'm using a little more than a quarter ounce here. So it's not going to be very sweet. If you want it more refreshing, if you like a sweet cocktail, add a little more, go for a half ounce. The joy of making cocktails for you is you get to make them the way you want to. And of course, last we have our gin. If you've never really explored gin, it's a fun drink. It's got that nice little pine juniper flavor, but there are lots of gins out there. Each of them have their own flavor. Pick one that you like. I happen to like Nolet as a nice balanced middle of the road gin that still has some interesting characters. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with going for a classic like Beefeater or something like that. And look at that. That's some good luck. We have exactly 2 ounces of gin, which is what we want in our cocktail. So we have mint, cucumber, lemon, sugar, gin. Now, of course, we have to add our ice and get ready to do a little shake. Now, shaking a cocktail doesn't just make it cold. It also takes the booze down a little bit. It dilutes it a little bit. And that's okay. That's what we want to do. We want this to be something that is nice and light and refreshing. So we put our tins together to make sure that they're actually sealed so I don't spill it all over the computer. And now we do the thing that makes everyone feel like they're a professional and could maybe change careers and screw InfoSec. Let's just go make cocktails and keep people happy for a living. Or, just stay this and make it for all of our friends. I like these tins because they're easier to separate. You give them a little squeeze. They're a little better than the ones with pure lids on them. Now, again, because we've got a lot of particulate here, we're going to be using not just the regular strainer, but we're going to use an extra strainer as well. So I've got my glass, and let's do a little angle here. And now we're just going to pour our cocktail into our glass. Now the last thing that I'm going to recommend, because the vision here is a nice little day drink, is I want to make this even lighter and brighter. Because right now, if I take a sip, it's delicious, but I'm still getting a decent amount of intense flavors. I'm getting the gin, I'm getting the sugar, I'm getting the acid. So I'm going to take just a little bit of soda water and add it to the top. If you want to be really fancy, go with champagne. Who doesn't bring champagne to this campfire? But really, this is going to turn a cocktail into something that's light, easy drinking, perfect afternoon by the lake, talking to your hacker buddies and having a good time. So enjoy. Happy camping.